Hello there, everybody. Welcome. If you can see me up here in the little screen, my name is Jeffrey Miller. I am your instructor for this Geography 1 Physical Geography lecture course for the fall of 22. And so I'm happy to be with you guys. This is my third year at Chabot, teaching in geography. And I teach this course as well as the lab course and a technical course as well called Geographic Information Systems. If you're interested in any more information about those courses, just let me know and I'll be happy to help you out. So today, what I wanted to do with this little video is to share with you guys just like kind of a quick introduction about what you can expect in this course and how you should be successful. It's kind of like the first day of school thing, go over the syllabus and talk about what we're doing here. That's why I wanted to put this together. So think of it like that. We'll begin looking at Canvas. That's what I have loaded up on the screen. So you see the course here, Geography 1. As I'm recording this, the class hasn't actually started yet. It's beginning on September 6th. It's a late start class. If you're watching this, you probably know that then. But so the day after Labor Day is when we begin. And what I've done here is I keep things really simple. If you have more than one class with me, then you'll kind of get that. It's really the same type of like order of operations thing. So I put all my content into modules, and really it's a matter of clicking through the modules 1 week at a time. And so you'll see like here we have September 6th, September 12th, September 19th. So all of these modules are different subjects within the course. And there's also textbook chapters. The text calls them units. So I usually refer to them as units, but they're chapters in the book. And this is what you're going to be using for, gaining knowledge about this material. So before we get too deep into Canvas, let me go over here and show you guys the syllabus, which is always available for you to download here. So we're looking here at the syllabus, and I'll just expand this out to give you guys a better view of what we're working with. So this is, to be clear, this is the lecture course. Physical geography, there are 2 courses on the record. There's a lecture, which is its own standalone course. That's 3 units. And then there is a lab course as well. That's its own, which is 1 unit. You do have to take both of them at some point. You don't have to necessarily take them at the exact same time. But you do have to take both of them if you are wanting to use the credits for transferring. So you can use this course, these courses, I should say, for transferring like to university for the, I think it's physical science part of your general education. If you are looking for a lab course, I still have some room. I'm actually going over my enrollment, but if you're desperate for taking a lab course and you want to do it online, contact me as soon as possible, and I'll try to get you an ad code to get in the 1L. It's called 1L. L for lab. Kind of doesn't make sense because there's lecture 2, right? So it could be confusing. I don't know. Anyways, this is Geography 1. That's what we're talking about right now. So I'm Jeffrey Miller, and you can email me directly at my account here, jmiller, Chabot College EDU. This class is a remote class, okay? So it is online, but it is a synchronous modality, meaning that we don't have regularly scheduled Zoom meetings. It's more or less, I put the content out there for you on Canvas, and you go through and you watch it, study it, read it, take the assignments per the due dates that I have outlined. So it's not, let's say, self-paced, but it is, you watch it at your own leisure, let's call it. So yeah, to be clear, there is no Zooms that we have every week for this class, asynchronous. That's what we're working with here. I do offer an office hour. I'm going to try to stick with this. Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Okay, so this is where I will be there on the Zoom. I don't have an office that you knock on the door. I actually don't live very close to the campus, so my classes are online. But you could check me out here on the Zoom if you want to just chat about something related to the class, an assignment, you know, the majors or whatever it is. The textbook is required. You know, I've had students, let's put it this way. I provide you a lot of materials, okay? But it's very good to have the textbook because my materials are a reflection of that. In other words, that's where I develop all of my content from this particular text. And so to give you an idea, I know it's hard to see on the screen. I should put a little picture of it, but that's what you're looking for. Physical geography. It is the 5th edition. Yeah, 5th edition, I think. Yeah, 5th edition physical geography. Okay. There's multiple authors. I usually just call it the Mason because that's the beginning. Anyways, that's what you're looking for. There should have plenty in the bookstore or on Amazon. It's a very popular book for this type of course. We'll briefly go through here some of this information. So what are we here to learn? And it's the Earth's physical dynamic processes. What is it that makes the Earth? It's things like the mountains and the rivers and the lakes and the oceans and the weather. All those things are actually considered part of physical geography. Mother Nature, right? That's all part of what we're talking about here. So we're going to dive deep into all of those Earth-related subjects, okay? It's not geology where we only talk about rocks, and it's not meteorology where we only talk about weather. We try to broadly cover all of these subjects, right? And the other component of this is the geo part, which is the spatial component of things, saying, excuse me, you know, why are things in the location that they are? And what is the relationship between mountain A and ocean B? Like what happened to make them be that way? So we're going to dive into some of that stuff. Okay. We'll also get into a little bit of mapping and some technology, but those are really, you know, a few minor subjects that we cover throughout this course. Let's continue on. I don't have a ton. I'm not going to read through each one of these one by one in the video. You can go ahead and do that on your own. Same with the outcomes. You know, the logistics and the nuts and bolts is what I like to cover here. So attendance, you know, students often ask me, you know, what do I do? How do I do an online class? So, you know, really it's you log into Canvas, you stay current with the assignments, but this is asynchronous, okay? And so as long as you stay current and you observe all of the materials that I present to you, my job is to give you content, and your job is to digest that content, and then, you know, I evaluate you based on what you report that you learn. So we don't have regular meetings, and so the attendance is really a matter of like, are you doing your assignments on time? And in particular, this is very important in the beginning, especially the first couple weeks, because I am required to turn in my roster. And that is, I want to say the second week, but don't quote me on that. I don't actually have it in front of me. It's something that happens very soon. If I look at Canvas after, you know, when this date is due, when this due date it comes up, let's just call it the second week of this class, and I see that you haven't done any assignments or you haven't engaged in any way, fashion, or form, I will assume that you are not participating in the class, and I will be required to drop you from the class. Okay, so in other words, make sure you're doing your assignments by their posted due dates. And as long as you do that, you are attending class. I'm going to cover the lectures and the resources when I look at Canvas. Same with participation in exams. Just quickly so that you have an idea in writing here what the exam situation looks like, what do the points look like. There's 2 midterms. There is participation every week. And so those are going to be in the form of discussions. So you will have something, at least one thing due every week. And then there's a final exam at the end, and that's a big one, okay? So this is a total breakdown. Now, I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I keep the numbers simple, and so it's A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, F. 90, 80, 70, you know, as straightforward as it can be. What you see, I try to also keep the grades updated, you know, at least every other week or so. And if you're wondering where you stand in the class, just go to Canvas. And if I haven't posted, if I'm a couple weeks behind on getting your grades updated, just ask me and I will do kind of a personal go in and look at your thing and update it quickly for you. So whatever you see on Canvas, like the output on Canvas at the end of the class, that's going to be your final grade. Okay. I don't do any other curves or anything else like that. It's straight numbers. What you earn is what you get. Okay. There are other things in here that are important for you to look over. Like in the event that you have special needs or you need, you know, help with those resources. If you are a DSRC student, please let me know so that I can make accommodations for you. I don't expect anybody, I really don't want anybody to cheat. These are all individual assignments. And so, you know, if you get caught, you're going to come down with some pretty bad consequences, and that's all written out in here. Let's see. The rest of the stuff is pretty boilerplate. These are some programs available to you to help you. This is technically a PACE class, but after the PACE students enroll, then it's open for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down now and enter Canvas. So the way I like to kind of bounce back and forth is I'll click on the home page here. You can also click on modules. It's the exact same thing. Maybe I should just get rid of one, but home page is your listed out modules. Okay. And so let's see, as I'm looking through these items, notice that, as I mentioned, your modules are based on the date. So that's these modules will always have, and well, except for this case, because it's a Tuesday. Technically, the class is supposed to start on Tuesday after Labor Day. But all these other dates are Mondays. So think of modules beginning on Mondays and they end on the following Sunday, right? In this case, Tuesday and Sunday. But the way this is ordered out is we have a date and then we have a subject, right? This is the topic for this module for this week. You'll notice that it's gray, right? And the reason that it's gray, there's actually 2 things. For one thing, you have to go in and you have to see, you have to review all these prerequisites, course information. Well, that's going to require you to go up here and click through all of these items. I'm going to do this real quick to open it up and show you my view of things. When the modules do open, though, and by the way, the second part of that is they are locked based on, let's see, expand all. They are locked and open based on times, right? Based on dates. So September 19th will open on September 19th. Okay. Exam 1, September 26th, will open on September 26th. Okay. And so on and so on. And that's how this works. Okay. You do them 1 week at a time and you just, you know, hammer them out one week at a time. If you finish them on Monday afternoon, you're done for the week, right? If you wait till Sunday to do the whole thing, that's fine, as long as you get it done by the end of Sunday night. Let's take a look at like the first module, for example, so you can kind of get an overview of what this all, you know, kind of how this works. There's always going to be a lesson objectives page. And so here's where I try to give you guys just a little quick snippet of like, hey, here's what you're going to learn in this module. Okay. We can click through and say next. I do provide you guys video lectures. So you can open this lecture here. I strongly advise that you watch all these lectures. Notice the dates are not exactly right now, so I might look a little bit different and my room might look different, but the content's the same. It doesn't really matter. It's still me. So you can watch the videos and you can watch them at your own kind of speed or pace since it's all on YouTube. And then, so what I also want to show you guys is this thing here called key points. There's I basically give you the notes for the class that I wrote out as I was designing the class. And that's here. So that's really our outline for what the lectures are based on. Okay. And you can download these. Since this is online, you can use this material in real when you're taking exams. You know, I provide it all to you, so it's at your disposal. But again, this is all supplements of the textbook, so it's very helpful to have the textbook as well, and to, you know, be kind of doing these things at the same time. You know, look at my course and then look at the textbook, or vice versa. It really helps kind of make the connection there, because I don't cover every single part, right? And there are things that the text does get that I miss. And then there are slides as well that I provide you guys. So again, you could download these, or you could just watch them here on Canvas. This is out of date. Sorry about that, but it doesn't really matter because the content is the same. So, you know, the thing with the slides, I'll be honest with you, the slides come from the author, and I really didn't do any modifications to the slides at all. You'll notice when I go through my video lecture, the slides are not really what I use for my presentation. So use the slides sparingly. Don't rely completely on them. Your most valuable resources are going to be back over here, the key points document, as well as the video lecture here that's on YouTube. The slides are really just an extra, you know, there's a lot of good graphics. I'll show you another example of when the slides are useful here in a second. And then the last part of the module is going to be a discussion. So I want you guys to engage in a discussion environment every single week. And I know they're only 5 points and they don't sound like it's a lot, but if you miss 3 or 4 of these, could be the difference between, you know, an A and a B. And so, yeah, these are pretty straightforward. I ask you guys, you know, 1 or 2 questions, and I'm looking for, you know, about a paragraph of, you know, answer, a paragraph of thoughtful, you know, and your thoughts. It's very obvious if it's copy and pasted from other students because it's all right here. So don't do something like that. But yeah, your thoughts, your feelings, and the more you engage with this with your peers, you know, the better this environment can be. So that's what's required for, like, say, this example, this module here. Once you finish the discussion, you're technically done for the week, but that doesn't mean that you can just forget all that material, because in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, you will have your first exam, right? So the first exam is accumulation of these first 3 modules, 1, 2, 3. And some modules have 1 chapter, some modules have 2 chapters, right? So you really got to pay attention to, like, what do I need to do for this week? So you take the exam on the 26th, for example, and you don't do anything else. There's no other text that you read or discussions. You just take your exam. Now, I give you guys the whole week to take it, but it is a timed exam. So that doesn't mean that you have a full week to start it and stop it. It means that you could take it at any point, and then once you engage with the exam, you have a 3-hour time limit to complete it, okay? They are mostly multiple choice. I think I've pretty much designed it with only multiple choice questions at this point. But yeah, while you're taking the exam, go back and look over your notes. I mean, Just telling you, all this material is here for you, right? The answers for the exams will be posted the following Monday. So if this is due, well, this opens on the 26th, it's due on the 2nd of October. Therefore, the answers for this exam, if you've taken it, will be posted by clicking on the link again, and you'll see then where, you know, questions you missed and so forth. But those will be posted the Monday after, not right after you take your exam, the Monday after. One other quick point, you know, this first module is very light. It shouldn't take you that much time at all. Maybe an hour at most. Yeah, once you get into module 2 and 3, things start to get pretty, not hard, but it's just, there's more work to do. Okay. So I wanted to point out something here with these key points and something to look for throughout the rest of the course. Let's see here. When you're observing these documents, you'll notice that I put little bold numbers next to certain, well, maybe I didn't do it for this one. Okay, actually, let's go back to here. Let's do key points 4. I guess I need to update some of these because I should have these in all of them, but it looks like the first couple modules I've got some more work to do on my end. Anyways, what I wanted to share with you guys is that, oh, come on, shouldn't take this long. With key points 4, okay, this is where I'm getting at. See all these little bolded parenthesis things? So when you see something like this, okay, that is a call out to the slides. Okay, so like, for example, oh, wow, okay, here's Earth spins on its axis, rotates in one full day, creates day versus night. Oh, you know, that way, rather than kind of not that way going through some of these slides are like hundreds of slides, rather than going through all of them, you could just pinpoint and say, oh, I only need to go to slide 18 related to this note here. So let me check that out, slide 18, and I'll click over to this. It's probably easier if you just download these one at a time, and then it doesn't take so long to, you know, stream them. Here, I'll just do that now. There we go. Okay, so, and it is loading. There we go. So I'm looking for slide 18 related to the day and night thing. Oh, there it is, right? So it's meant to kind of give you that visual. That's what I kind of highlighted as I looked through the slides, is like, oh, where is there good graphic information related to the key points that I put together for you. So that's as far as you should have to take it. I mean, I wouldn't expect people to, I mean, it's a lot of the same redundant stuff, obviously, but I wouldn't expect you to know these slides word for word, because it's a little bit too much information, to be honest with you. And I don't test you on it. I don't have your exams aren't based on all of that information. I try to pinpoint the most important things for you. So that's how it works. Let me go back here. That's how it works. You go through, like I said, module by module, week by week. You either do the discussion or you do the exam, and you just power through it. That's the way this works. Let's see. We started on the 6th, so we're gonna end down here on the final exam is going to be due on Sunday the 18th. So we have until mid-December, right before Christmas, for when this course is done with. Thanksgiving week, just so you know, I don't have any work for you guys. Try to give you the whole week off. I'm taking a week off, so there's no assignments due or something like that. I mean, you could obviously study at your own if you want to. So yeah, I think that's all. I'm gonna stop talking and just wrap this up and say thanks for watching, and I hope you're successful. Contact me if you need anything. Have a good day.